Hello everyone, welcome to the Claremont Colleges, Claremont, Southern California. This is the site of the NSCRO Region 4 PacWest playoffs. We're into our second semifinal coming up here right now. The University of Dallas, remarkable story to get here. They will be pitting themselves against the regional Southern Cal champions, the Claremont Colleges, the host club here this afternoon. I'd like to welcome everybody aboard for this broadcast. Great to have you on board here. NSCRO Rugby Small College Championships. NSCRO is the home of small college rugby in the United States. I'm Ray Veers. I'm joined this afternoon with Woody Fox. And Woody, Claremont, been here, done that. They made the grand final last year for the national championship and came up a little short against Mount St. Mary's. Dallas, a remarkable story. We'll get to that in a little while. It's experience versus the newcomers.
Yep, we're going to see how the new boys on the block are going to do. I'm sure they're coming in with high hopes and stuff, but Claremont has been here, and we're going to see if they can withstand the challenge.
That's right. This is our second semifinal today. In the first semifinal, Cal Maritime from the Bay Area, San Francisco. They defeated Angelo State University of Texas 28 points to 29 in a very lively game. Took Cal Maritime a little while to get into the flow of that game, but they were able to withstand the pressure and came away winners. And we are now underway. Number 10, Peter Weisenach, kicks off to Claremont, and that's taken in there by the Claremont number 5, Paul Slats. Going to have our first penalty of the game, offside. And the penalty will go the way of Claremont. Our referees this afternoon, John Ness is in the center with the whistle. Assistant referees, Matt Kennelly and Vince McLeod. And our fourth official this afternoon, Evan Wallen. Kick to touch there from the number 10, Brendan McDonald, Jr., from the Claremont Colleges. Apparently, Woody, I nicknamed him last year in the national championships when I was making the call.
What'd you call him?
Burly.
Burly.
He's a burly fly half. Good luck to him. Back in the hunt for another championship run with the Claremont Colleges.
Yep, I've seen him play a couple times, and he likes contact a little bit too much.
I was old school fly half. I just like to distribute. Yeah, you wouldn't know that looking at me today.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to reality. And number 2, Omar Rodriguez throws for Claremont. Gets it up. Good drive there. Deep set line out. Defended there well. Yep. Defended well by Dallas. Big short side, though, if they want to use it. They stick to the middle of the field. Well handled there. Now they go the short side, and they're going to get them for offside at the rock. They're up early. Dallas right now, they are in the blue and white strip. Claremont in the maroon and blue strip with white trim, running left to right.
Let's see if Claremont's going to pick up a lot of territory with this kick.
Good kick ahead there from McDonald. Takes play up right into the red zone. This University of Dallas side. As we alluded to, Woody, it was quite a story. This time last year, Dallas had a record of 1 win and a whole lot of losses.
Right.
This year, they've got a new coaching staff led by Flip Coyens. Done a wonderful job, and they finished second in the Texas Regionals and find themselves here in Claremont this afternoon. We get the drive on. Good change of direction there for the Claremont forwards. They pop it out. Now it stays in close. Heavies. Here we go. Pops it up. That's the number 8. Nick Urban. Once again, a little high in the tackle there. They may be able to keep him up here. Now he gets to ground. Now it comes back. Good pod there set from Claremont. They got the drive on behind him. Got going a little laterally there, made it difficult. And they punch it up again. First channel ball.
And I think Claremont's going to keep doing this until they prove they can stop him.
That's a good angled run there in behind. Now he ducks through, and he gets the try. First try of the game, that'll go to the hooker, Omar Rodriguez. They were punching off the edges of the rucks very effectively. Rodriguez, though, just picks, goes straight through. First blood, Claremont Colleges. They lead 5-0. Kick to come.
This is not what Dallas needed. They did not need to get behind early in the game and have to play catch-up.
No, it was a really well-controlled ball. They had the pod set, respectively, for their forward drive. And that gave them good field position. Claremont were able to punch it through. We take our first look today at Luke Schwartz, the outside center, a junior. He's going to be handling the goal-kicking duties. And as the day has gone on, we had a little bit of rain earlier on today, some showers this morning, but it's fined up. It's a beautiful afternoon right now. The wind is swirling around here today, and it's going to play its effect on this. Temperature, though, not a concern. Low to mid 60s. Beautiful day for rugby.
Right. The wind is going to go left to right here, so hopefully it counts for that.
Nice lift.
Ooh.
And he's got the conversion. First blood in the second semi-final of the NSCRO Region 4 PacWest Championship goes to the Claremont Colleges. We're back underway here. Well handled there. Number 5, Slats, Paul Slats again.
No.
And that's the number 7, Clayton Toe. And that's a great kick that's going to find touch. Takes play out of the quarter up to almost to the 40-meter line of Dallas. Good restart there for Claremont, and they've been able to take play downfield. And Woody, we alluded to experience versus the newcomers. Claremont this afternoon have 13 players out of the 23 from last year's national championship game. So that kind of continuity will count.
That much experience is going to hurt.
Number 7 there for Dallas. John O'Brien with the throw. That ball wasn't straight. We're going to have choice to Claremont. They're going to opt for a line out here. I think they can get some pretty good play on the line outs.
Talking to the San Angelo coach, the only team to beat these guys this year, says that they're a much more tactical team. They don't try to bring the heavies. They try to do tactics, and we saw a little bit of that with their line out.
Now, the unfortunate reality of taxes is they don't matter if you don't execute.
Right.
Claremont able to control it, but a little untidy. That's the number 7. Toe once again cleans up. Big run there. Number 3, Frankie Reyes. Now it comes out. McDonald, little stab kick through. They're on the chase here. Ball comes up on the ground. Back well there, though. Number 7, John O'Brien, secured the ball for the University of Dallas. Ball's bouncing around. You're going to have to be careful with that bouncing ball. You got a little knock on there from Dallas, so we're going to have our next scrum of the game. Claremont will get the feed. We saw there, though, you let the ball bounce today, Woody, at your own peril.
That's right, that's right. That was a nice little tactical kick through that Claremont had there. We were just talking about hanging onto the ball, but they put the ball through and picked up a lot of ground as a result.
No, it was actually great work from the flanker, John O'Brien, to get back there for the University of Dallas, so that could have been real trouble. They had both centers, Wiesenfels and Schwartz, bearing down on that ball. Scrum there. Now comes out to the wing and number 11. This is Swensrud. Swensrud beats a man. He's going to beat the wall, take it around.
Yep.
And that's going to be the second try of the game to Claremont. Once Spencer Swensrud got around his man, he had the outside channel all to himself. Improves the position of the ball. With that, Claremont take a 12-0 lead over the University of Dallas. Kick to come. And that was just a little too easy.
Yeah. Welcome to playoff rugby to University of Dallas. Hopefully they'll get their footing on them quickly here and they can make this a contest. Otherwise, it's going to get out of control in a hurry.
Yeah, first 10 minutes of this game, pretty much all Claremont. University of Dallas hasn't been able to really get their hands on the ball yet. And, we talked a little bit about the work of Philip Coypens, the coach, and his staff, Dean Robinson and Bruce McGregor, improving this side to the point where, you're quite right, they only lost the 2 games, both to Angelo State. They raised $20,000 in 2 days to be here this weekend.
Wow, what an effort.
Remarkable achievement. That conversion is good from Swartz. That extends the lead 14 points to 0 after 10 minutes. Claremont Colleges over the University of Dallas. NSCRO and its top sponsor, the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company, are working together to grow and support the small college rugby community. Now visit Penn Mutual at www.pennmutual.com/rugby for more information on their role within the collegiate game of rugby. We're back underway. Caught there by the hooker, Omar Rodriguez. One of those holdovers from last year's championship game. Got him caught high in the tackle. They're going to hold him up here. Yep. Claremont drive in, and they're able to strip the ball clear, so they've been able to maintain possession here. Now they spin it wide. Good inside move, though. Robbie Wiesenfels realized there was nothing going on there, and they're going to get the penalty there. Not rolling away in the tackle from the University of Dallas. Looks like that was their big prop forward, Dave Arnold.
Yep, they can't afford to commit too many penalties today because Claremont will punish them.
McDonald, another nice kick to touch. They'll bring play forward into the Dallas half. Claremont, they had a very good season. Only one early season loss this year to Grand Canyon College out of Arizona. That was the very first game of the season. And after that they were undefeated. So they've had a wonderful season.
Yeah. And Grand Canyon is a Division I school, so they're playing up a level.
Well, that's not a bad game to lose. We've got a knock on here from the line out by the University of Dallas. So we're playing on here. See what Claremont can put together. Big gap there. Wiesenfels keeps going. He's just got the ball out in front of him, lost the ball in the tackle and knocked it on.
Beautiful run, though. Beautiful run.
Yeah, he showed the outside, cut back onto the inside, found the inside gap and was able to take it deep into the territory. Good covering tackle there, though, by the University of Dallas. Ball got knocked on, and so Dallas will have their first feed of the scrum of the afternoon.
I was impressed with the support on both teams. The defense got back, but the offense also was trailing them with support runners.
The ball's in. Dallas a little high in that scrum. They did get a shunt on Claremont, but Dallas retained possession. Big step there, but great covering defense though. McDonald's up and across. And that's going to create the knock on, and now Claremont right where they want to be. About 15 meters, 20 meters out from the try line. They'll get the feed to the scrum. Good defense there from the fly half.
Right now we get to see how well Denver's pack holds up against this big push from Claremont.
You got a big blind side here. Tactically, in this situation, they've got the fullback up in the back line right now. Gonna have to have a re-scrum here. Oh no, we're gonna have a penalty, illegal scrummaging against Dallas. They take the quick tap.
He's in.
They go, and that's the number 8, Nick Urban, quick tap. Found the hole in the defense, scores right under the post. And Claremont, they're doing it easy right at the moment. extending their lead, 19 points to 0. Kick to come. We're only 15 minutes into this second semifinal.
Yeah, this is turning into a runaway. Dallas is going to have to figure something out to slow this train down.
No, and it's difficult. They raised just enough money to get here. It's been a difficult couple of days of travel. They've made it out here, and you come against a home team, runners-up last year. That was a close game against Mount St. Mary. Mary were that much more an experienced side.
Right,
they graduated, I think, 12 seniors out of that team at the end of that season. So, Claremont, they're bringing back a lot of those guys with that kind of experience. And this Dallas side right now have not been able to get into any defensive patterns or structures to stop Claremont at the moment.
Right, they're looking at it. They don't know what hit them. How can these guys be this fast, move that quickly, reorganize like that? So they're learning something.
And Schwartz with the conversion. That extends the lead. 21-0. Claremont over the University of Dallas. The Groundhogs out here working hard, but they're going to have to structure their defense just a little better.
Right. If they're going to get back into this, they can't play the full score. They got to just win the next 5 minutes and then play again after that. They need to start clawing their way back.
That's a good point, Woody. Got to play each minute as it comes. And that's not going to help. That ball straight into touch. We're going to take it back to the center of the field. Claremont should have the scrum feed. Now, NSCRO would like to thank USA Rugby for its support and recognition of NSCRO as an independent organization governing the small college national playoffs, as well as sharing similar goals for the bettering of collegiate rugby experience right throughout the United States. NSCRO has been around since 2002. And they now count over 250 men's and 150 women's programs on small colleges throughout the United States. NSCRO has done a great job of promoting and positively impacting collegiate rugby throughout the United States.
And for those of you who don't know, to qualify for NSCRO, you have to have fewer than 4,500 male enrollments in your college.
That's right. You got to be a legitimate small school.
Right.
And for many years, I will say, in the interests of total disclosure, that my first coaching assignment in the United States when I moved over from Australia was here at the Claremont colleges. The small colleges competition was very vibrant, but it was kind of neglected for a championship. And it's just been so good to see the college ranks grow. As we see there, McDonald, the fly-off, takes it up hard into the line, in over the gain line. Claremont just with all the possession right now. Denver haven't had a chance to get their hands on the ball. We're 20 minutes into the first half. Good short pass there, pops it up to Frankie Reyes. Now they go wide. Swensrud. Forward pass though. Just a little bit of a miscommunication there. Swensrud was up a little bit. The flanker, number 7, standing wide, Clayton Toe. He was caught a little deeper and just the pass went forward. Just need to talk a little better. So right in front of us here, we'll see the scrum packed. Number 9, Larry Dombrowski, pure freshman from the University of Dallas. He'll have the feed into the scrum. That's a little better scrum. Now they got their hands on the ball. Good defense though. Claremont straight up, making it difficult, and they will get turnover ball here. And that's number 5, Paul Slats. Drives in deep. McDonald.
Nice hands.
Goes out there to Gator Adams' wing. And that ball's been lost there. Looked like it went forward there off of one of the forwards. So we're going to come back for the scrum to the University of Dallas.
Right, Dallas seems to have figured out their scrum, so they're not backpedaling on that, maybe they can start firming up some more of their game and turn this into a game.
Well, that's the key. You just got to literally, you got to start winning the little battles.
Right.
You just got to build off of that kind of positive pressure, and then you can start to develop your game plan. Claremont came out of the block straight away and put enormous attacking pressure on Dallas, and it's probably fair to say that they hadn't seen a team execute that quickly too often this season coming out of that Dallas group.
Yeah, I agree.
Bringing in the fullback, Jerry Sullivan up from the back. It's here in the counter ruck where Claremont's creating some real issues. They get the turnover ball again. That's number 7, Clayton Toe. He's sort of parked himself out here on the this side of the field in attack. They pop it up there. Paul Slats again. Now they come the short side. Great ball release there. And once again, it was a great pass as he was going to ground. Spencer Swensrud on the receiving end, the sophomore. That's his second try of the game. He's got a brace. And Claremont extend their lead. 27 points to 0 over the University of Dallas. 21 minutes gone in this first half.
Claremont is putting on a clinic at the breakdown. I mean, their guys are in the correct position, the correct spot. They attack it. Dallas is going to have to do something to mess that up. In rugby, it's a thinking man's game. You know, there's a lot of different things you do, and you got to keep trying something until you find something that works.
Well, the problem right now that this young and vastly improved Dallas team is having at the breakdown right now is they're not successfully winning the battle of the shoulders.
Right.
What they're going in is they're going into the rucks a little high, and Claremont's counter-rucking low, and they're winning that battle of the shoulders, because if you got lower body position, you're going to win that battle for the ball.
Right.
And they're getting good turnover ball very quickly. And it's an interesting tactic from Claremont because they're not even going for the penalty. They're not trying to get over the ball. They want the ball in hand.
Right, they want to win it. That's their bread and butter in this game, is just getting lower and dominating the breakdown.
That makes it 4 out of 4 for the kicker, Luke Swartz, extending the Claremont lead, 28 points to 0.
Yeah, let's try a different kick here, Dallas.
That's the halfback, Larry Dombrowski, with the restart. Sends it deep. And that'll throw all the way into touch. Nobody put a hand on it, so at first glance, Claremont will have the line-out throw.
But it's effective. I think this is the first time Dallas has been in that half the field.
It's certainly a long time between drinks for Dallas getting deep into the Claremont half at this stage. They just need a period of sustained possession to try to get into a pattern of play. Claremont has made disruption the name of the game here this afternoon so far. Well taken in the line out. Clayton Toe on the catch. Omar Rodriguez on the throw. And they've kept them all up, and they've kept it going forward, and now they break clear. That's the hooker, Rodriguez. Very mobile for a hooker. He's kind of tall for a hooker, but he's very effective. Even though the ball goes on the ground, Frankie Reyes picks it up, goes again. Left-footed kick there. Had a little too much on that kick. Straight in the touch, so the University of Dallas will have the line-out throw. Back aligning where the ball went in touch from the kick.
It was a good idea. Nobody is home, but he needed to keep the ball in the field of play.
Yeah, that's always helpful if you want to play the game of footy. All right, let's see if they can get the throw in here. Number 7, John O'Brien. And they're successful. Now it comes out. Ball's tackled there. Not releasing in the tackle by Claremont. That was a pretty good run there from Vince Ordino, the center. Got in behind. A little bit of noise there from Claremont. You wouldn't think they'd be doing that after only a couple of penalties in the game, but a little lack of discipline from Claremont, punished by the referee, John Ness.
Kicking to touch into the wind.
Yeah, not a bad kick. It's only about 10 meters out from the try line here for the University of Dallas. Their best position in this first half.
By far, yeah.
Let's see what they can do.
It was a nice kick. He kept it low into the wind instead of letting it get high and having it blown around.
And O'Brien with the throw. They go to the front again. Not straight though. Just having trouble getting this line out going. Windy conditions swirling around. Take a look at the flag right in front of us. It's sort of blowing straight across the field. You go down to where they're competing right now in that line out, it's coming straight out of the south. So it's a tricky wind here this afternoon. As the scrum sets, Claremont feed. Rodrigo Mejas with the scrum feed, the scrum half for Claremont. Good work there from Dallas. Got a little bit of a shunt on there. The number 8, Nick Urban, takes it away. Mejas with the kick. Wind's got that a little bit. Comes straight up. Well fielded there, though, by number 14, John Jones. Now they pick and drive off the edge. That looked like number 1, Ed Hauser. And they're going to get the penalty. Not rolling out of the tackle from Claremont. They'll be able to kick for touch. See if they can put it. No, they're going to take the tap. And not a bad option. A little short pass there. We got a player down. Looks like it could be the scrum half, Mejas from Claremont. We'll check that in just a sec as play goes on. Nice Dallas drive around the edge.
They're finding a little success here.
That may be a concussion injury.
No, not to.
Dallas maintaining possession. Just keeping it close with the forwards, driving it towards the try line. This is where they need to be patient. They just need to keep the phases going. Don't get too excited. No white line fever. And they can do that. Now it comes out. Need a good angle here. A little too stationary when he caught that ball. That's a better line. Heading right under the posts. About 7 meters out from the try line. And now we're going to have a penalty here. The referee wants to make sure. Looks like a player may be concussed.
Well, this is the second player. There's one player that they brought off.
That's right. The number 12, Robbie Weisenfeld, he's already gone off the field. They're waiting to bring a replacement on for him. That'll be number 23, Eric Anderson. It looks like we're going to have we're going to have to have a concussion check here. Looks like one of the loose forwards.
Yeah, this is not looking good. We don't want to see this.
Yeah, this looks like the trainers are on the field. It looks like we've got possibly a pretty serious injury there. So real quickly, Woody, let's just summarize this first half as they treat the players. The University of Dallas has gone back to the halfway line. It's been pretty dominant from Claremont. We're right on the half-hour mark of this first half. But over the last couple of minutes, we've seen the University of Dallas finally get some possession and finally be able to build some pressure.
Right, what we were talking about before, find a couple things that work for you and start doing them over and over again until the opposition starts to react to that, and then something else is going to open up. That's what's great about rugby. It's a thinking man's game. It's not just a brute force game. You know, back to the NSCRO factor is it really evens things up, because a couple years ago, Claremont, who has 4,500 kids, and Cal Maritime has, I think, 1,100 kids, were in the same division as Arizona State, which has 70,000 kids. So
yeah, that's a little bit of a mismatch there.
Yeah, a little bit more resources to do that. But it's not that it can't be done. You have St. Mary's up in the Bay Area that has a small school. They've got about 4,500 kids, and they've dedicated their football program. They closed that down and started playing rugby, and now they're one of the best college rugby teams around. I think they may have even won it last year.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, we got a little break here. Just want to make sure that everybody out there knows that NSCRO, Rhino Rugby, and Penn Mutual have teamed up together to save NSCRO teams thousands of dollars. Rhino Rugby will work with your team to design your next kit with the Penn Mutual and NSCRO logos on it. Penn Mutual will then cover half the costs of your college's rugby kit, including jerseys, shorts, and socks. That's a great deal, and that just goes to show you Penn Mutual's commitment to collegiate rugby. Now go to rhinorugby.com or send an email to us to us.sales@rhinorugby.com and start designing your kit today. And that's a pretty good thing.
All right. The other player that came off, I think 12 is a player that's down now. 13 was the player that came off just before him. So we've got 2 Claremont players down due to injuries right now, and this one seems to be serious.
2 centers. We're just going to step away here right now for a couple of moments. We'll see how the treatment, we'll see how the players are, and we'll be right back with the action here from Claremont Colleges. We're 30 minutes into this first half of the second semifinal, the NSCRO Region 4 PacWest Championship, where Claremont leads 28 points to 0. We'll be back in just a couple of moments.
come away with it, and it's Conrad. And a flag flies. Should be man-up opportunity coming up here for Virginia. And they're deadly there. Crouch score! We've got a one-goal game. It's 11-10 with 2:13 to go here in the third.
Yeah, you wonder about the energy level of Cornell, and you wonder if Coach Kerwick wants to take a timeout, kind of let them get a breather, because when you have to play this tempo for 60 minutes, guys are going to start to get tired. You're going to start putting guys in that might not have kind of logged the minutes that you would want them to log before going into a game like this.
I told him not to even go there. Yeah, and he's walking out the door. What a buddy. What a pal. Yeah, he's kind of making I'm a messenger. It's the message, you know.
come away with it. That's Conrad. And a flag flies. Should be man-up opportunity coming up here for Virginia. And they're deadly there. We've got a one-goal game. It's 11-10 with 2:13 to go here in the third.
Yeah, you wonder about the energy level of Cornell, and you wonder if Coach Kerwick wants to take a timeout, kind of let them get a breather, because when you have to play this tempo for 60 minutes, guys are going to start to get tired. You're going to start putting guys in that might not have kind of logged the minutes that you would want them to log before going into a game like this.
That's the inside center, Robbie Wiesenfels, who's being taken from the field there, being stretchered off. We've got a medical update both on Robbie and the outside center, Luke Swartz. Luke Swartz had copped a little bit of a head knock. He's actually fine right now. He's just off the field now and won't take any further part of the game. Robbie was knocked out for a brief moment of time. They wanted to run the all of the medical checks on him as appropriate now with the head injury protocols. They were also concerned about his neck, but that all turned positive. But they do want to make sure that he's well and that he's not going to have any problems over the next couple of days, and hence he was stretchered on attention. So both of those lads are replacements. Eric Anderson, 23, has gone to the wing. Andrew Frick has outside center for Luke Swartz, and Gator Adams, who was playing on the wing, has gone to number 12. So that will not weaken the Claremont backlines. Gator Adams last year played in the final. Strong center, so he will be able to contribute mightily in that position. So there, the scrum, a lot of pressure there from
little extracurriculars there. The number 7s getting to know each other.
Yeah, the injury took place about 20 seconds into the first half, so we've still got 13 minutes here to play until we get to halftime. My name is Ray Veers. I'm with Woody Fox. Welcome to the Claremont College campus, Claremont, California, where this is our second semifinal game of the NSCRO Region 4 PacWest Championship. Claremont, they take it away, and that is that man, Gator Adams, takes it up. It goes back to the fly half. The burly Brendan McDonald sends it down deep. The fullback, Jerry Sullivan, takes it back for the University of Dallas. Cuts it, makes a few yards. Defense meets him. 40 meters into the Claremont half. Dallas, right before that long injury break, they were building a little bit of pressure for the first time in the game. Claremont got out to a flyer, 28-0 lead, which they have right now. But Dallas have had the opportunity the last little while to maintain possession, build a little pressure, and start to get into their game plan.
Yeah, they seem to be figuring out Claremont's attack on the breakdown and maintaining possession here. Oops, he could be caught high, could be caught up.
Yeah, that could be a choke tackle there to create the turnover ball. Now they get it back. Pops back to the halfback, Larry Dombrowski. And they keep driving. That's O'Brien, the number 7. Been in the thick of things today. Now they pick on the blind side. Take it along the short side. They're grinding up the yardage here. They've made their way into the Claremont territory. and they're going to get a penalty for offside. So good work there. They really did well. They'll take a quick tap, and it's once again John O'Brien takes the hit up. Driving through on that short side. Another whistle. There'll be another penalty to the University of Dallas. The Groundhogs, they're looking for their first points of the game.
I like their spirit. They're coming back. Going to try to make a contest out of it.
So again, they hit it up. A little pick and drive off the edge to the open side. They got gobs of space out wide if they can get it out there.
Scored it.
But they're not going to have to. They're right on the try line, and they got their first try of the game.
All right, well earned, Dallas.
Well earned there. I'm not quite sure who got that try, but I think it may have been one of the locks, possibly Paul McGriffin. Just working that pick and drive play, paid dividends, and now the University of Dallas have got their first points on the game. Still a long way to come back. 28 points to 5, and the kick from the scrum half, Larry Dombrowski, to follow.
It looked like during that break they talked to their coach and stuff and decided to attack the breakdown just the way Claremont's doing it, and they did it right back to them. So let's see if they can continue it for the rest of the half.
Well, it just goes to show you the value of just getting that possession, playing it in the right parts of the field, and being able to build pressure and build into your routines.
Right. It is a team sport. It's not an individual sport.
Hits the upright. That ball bounces back, so the score remains 28 points to 5. Got about 7 minutes to go, possibly 6 minutes to go before the halftime break.
Claremont's looking a little flat. They're just kind of sauntering around where Dallas has got a little hop to their step.
No, they had the possession before we had that long injury break. Claremont, a little flat after the break, you know. I mean, 2 of their players were injured, and that can always have an adverse effect on your squad. They just need to get back into things. That ball's going to go all the way back over the try line. Put too much on that kick. Got caught up in the wind that's just blowing straight out of the south down that part of the field. And that's going to come to the halfway line. We'll have a scrum down to the University of Dallas. Options both sides. It's a good result for Dallas right as we come up to the last 5 minutes before this first half is over.
Yeah, if they can put a score on here, they may put a little doubt into Claremont's mind.
Quick shout out here to the former captain, 3-year captain of the Claremont College's side, Grant Fraser. Played in last year's grand final. He's at law school right now, couldn't make it out here. Hope you're enjoying the game, Grant. The goal's out. That's number 12, Angelo Novello. Pops the ball back. Good tackle there, forced him back. Dombrowski gets it out. Now an attempt there. Looks like we got another player here down for the Claremont Colleges.
Gator Adams.
Yeah, it looks like the winger wearing number 14, Gator Adams. He's gone into the centers though to play. They're going to have to take a look at him.
This could be an expensive match for Claremont. If all these players can't come back and play tomorrow against Cal Maritime, they're going to be depleted.
No, that's true. It's obvious that Robbie Wiesenfels and both him and Luke Swartz are definitely out for the game next week.
Tomorrow.
That would be correct, tomorrow. They're going to have a couple of weeks off, in fact, both of those guys. So under the concussion protocols, they're going to have to be cleared to play a game. So they may be out. This may be their last footy for the 2017 season. So the replacement's been made. Gator Adams is now off the field. Connor Lehner has come on the field, number 22. He's going to play on the left side wing. They've shifted Eric Anderson onto this side wing, and push number 11, Spencer Swensrud, in center position. Take up in this Claremont back line as we approach halftime.
Yeah, Claremont's put in so many new guys. I don't know if they know each other.
Oh, I'm certain they've shaken hands at training and introduced themselves. I think they'll acquit themselves. Big scrum from Claremont. Well done at the back there. And the number 8, Manny Salazar, controls the ball. Now he just finds his winger, breaks one tackle. Cover defense comes across. That's the new man. Connor Lehner with the tackle.
Here you're going again.
But they're still continuing up the field. That pick and drive. O'Brien picks on the short side. Gets it back. Forwards just driving it up there with purpose. That looked like one of the locks. John Hauser, the skipper. Just simple physical rugby right down the middle of the field. And that's a pretty straightforward game plan to get into if you can hang on to the ball. And they're going to get the penalty there, not releasing in the tackle on Claremont. So they'll be able to go here from the tap, and they do. Yeah, a little problem there. Was he on the mark right? He had some players moving around, so now they go. Big tackle there. Excellent defensive work there by the replacement, Connor Lehner. Comes up. But the forwards from the University of Dallas, they're on the spot. They've got the rolling maul going. Now it goes to ground. Can they get it back? No. Before they were able to get the ball to the ground, it was held up by Claremont. They will have the scrum feed right about on their 22-meter line. We should be counting down to the last couple of minutes before the halftime break.
Right, with all these substitutions, Claremont has lost that advantage of experience that they held at the beginning of the game. Now that they've got these new guys in, they're going to be tested under fire.
Now that's right. Andrew Frick, the replacement winger, he's the only one of the group that's come onto the field here and at the end of this first half with experience from last year's finals. So testing times for the new lads. Scrum goes down there. We're going to repack that.
Everything checked out fine. Neurologically, he was more concerned on losing his teeth. So, how much time do we have left?
Ball's loose there. McDonald couldn't handle that high pass. Now a lot of pressure coming through. Had the whistle blow, and that's penalty to Claremont. Not sure what that penalty was for. They were coming through in numbers. It looked like they may have gone to ground there in that ruck, and that's where the referee blew it up. Now McDonald will have the clearing kick. A lot of height on it, and that's going to find touch. Woody, you could have caught it.
Yeah, I was getting scared for you, Ray.
Yeah, you could have been a contender, mate. But no, we're going to have a line out here to Claremont. Omar Rodriguez will come up with the throw. Has a quick chat there with his skipper, Sean Pine. Need to just tidy up things, control the possession for these last couple of minutes and go into the break. And they go deep. That's the number 6, Brian Rousey. Now they come off. Rodriguez. Now it goes out. That's out to the fullback, Nick Gott, up in the line. And they're going to get the penalty there, not rolling out of the ruck.
All right, looks like Claremont's getting their legs back underneath them after the break. Starting to push back.
So we're going to take the ball up. McDonald just stabs it into touch right on the 22. Claremont want to make sure their call here. They're coming to the line right now. That's kind of an interesting one, that, you know. Some referees don't like, you know, doing the whole huddle thing, wait, and all come to the line. But
the rules say you should come immediately, but yeah, they let them get away with it.
Now it goes up. That's Rousey at the back. Loose. And that's going to be knocked on. Knocked on the line out. And that's where we will end the first stanza here this afternoon. After a long injury break for two of the Claremont centers, we've resumed play. The University of Dallas was able to get back into it with a try. But at halftime here, the Claremont Colleges have a comfortable 28-5 lead over the University of Dallas. Woody, quick comment before we got a break.
I was really impressed with the way University of Dallas just didn't fold. They came back and they were knocking on the door all the way up to the end of the first half. It would have been nice if they could have scored another try and made the game more of a barn burner, but we'll see what happens in the second half.
No, that's right. We're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, we'll have the second half of the second semifinal, the NSCRO Region 4 PacWest Championship weekend. Claremont 28, University of Dallas 5. Be back soon.
I think we both. one of you is good enough to be on the field. Every single one of you is good enough to beat this fucking team. So let's go out there, hit them, and let's score, boys. Let's win. Yeah, let's go. Big squeeze on three. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
To the Claremont colleges. Halftime festivities are now complete. Teams are back here out onto the paddock for this second semi-final matchup between the Claremont colleges and the University of Dallas. A referee, John Ness, signals play on. Brandon McDonald gets us underway. Deep kickoff. Comes down to the halfback, Larry Dombrowski. Takes it into the teeth of the Claremont defense. And he's going to earn a penalty out of it. Not rolling away, Claremont.
All right, it looks like they're still persistent on trying to make a game out of it.
No, they've certainly the break here certainly paid dividends for the team from Dallas. They've been able to sort of regroup and are now getting a little bit into their structures and play.
I think your comment earlier about not expecting the speed and the power of the Claremont team, now they're used to it and they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, no, they're playing a slower, more deliberate, forwards-orientated game. It's showing some reward. So once you get into a pattern that works, why go away? Don't break what isn't broken. Movement there. Goes back to number 6. Goes out. Only as far as the fly half. Now it's back in, coming back inside for the forwards. Claremont thought about a counter ruck there.
Yeah, I think they got it.
Yes, they did. Omar Rodriguez takes the ball away. The halfback, Mejias, pops it out. What are the props? Looks like Colton Koss there with the ball. That's Swensrud, who's moved into the outside center slot right now. And we're going to get the penalty there to Claremont.
High tackle.
Crept up with the arm there. No malice, but got a high and got close to the head, and that's going to get you a penalty every time.
And having taken 2 kids off for head injuries, you think that's the right thing to do.
Absolutely, and just an update on the 2 players that were injured, Robbie Wiesenfels and Luke Swartz. Both had concussions. They've been checked out by the paramedics. Everybody seems pretty happy with their progress. They are going to be evaluated just for precautionary purposes. So the prognosis for the 2 lads is very good, so be good to go. Now we have the line out. Rodriguez will have the throw in for Claremont.
Oh, okay, so I just wanted to get you. Okay.
Loose there. Knock on there by the skipper, Sean Paint. So we're going to have a scrum set. And the scrum, check that. And appears that the ball's not thrown in straight from the line out, so we're going to have a re-line out here, and it's going to be the University of Dallas's throw. John O'Brien with the throw. Good ball there, taken in by The number 8, Manny Salazar, got up high there, got up over the Claremont front men of the line out. Blow the whistle, offside at the ruck. Penalty to the University of Dallas.
Claremont.
Now, the simple, straightforward play right now, the University of Dallas is stymieing this Claremont side that wants to get on the attack again. They're just playing a very simple game plan that is working well for them now. That's taken in the front of the line out, controlled by Clayton Toe at the back. Claremont with possession. Pop ball there, the number 6, Brian Rousey. Little chip kick there.
Nicely done.
It's got a nice bounce there. Will it pop up?
Oh.
And it does. That's try time to Claremont. Great kick there from Brendan McDonald. The bounce was kind. I think we've got try signaled. Yes, try scored to Claremont.
Go 17. Go 17.
That was nicely weighted kick.
And that try just had confirmed, scored by number 4, Sean Pine. Beautiful little kick there from McDonald.
Nice little chase by one of the big boys up front to track that down.
No, that's right. Take a look here. Kick is up, and that's off to the right. Left side of the upright, pushing across the goalposts.
I was going to say, just because you drive on the wrong side of the road doesn't mean that when the ball goes to the left of the goalpost, it's to the right.
No, that's true. That is true.
Brandon, could you go over there and tell all the spectators on the other side they can't be on that side? Don't walk across.
We get ready here for the restart from number 9, Larry Dombrowski.
Hang on it, boys!
Nice take.
We're going to have a penalty here, though, from Claremont.
Looks like Dallas is starting to lose their discipline, creating more and more penalties, which hurt.
And the kick there from McDonald will take play almost to the halfway line for the Claremont Colleges. Yeah, it was a good start to this second half there from Dallas, but they didn't reap any reward from it. And when you get a bit of a roll on, you got to take advantage of that. And they really didn't get deep enough into Claremont territory early on here in the second half to take advantage of their early possession. Whereas Claremont got a quick turnover and were able to capitalize almost immediately following the little chip and chase from Brendan McDonald. Goes up. Caught there by Nick Urban, senior number 8. Bit of pressure there coming though from Dallas, but Claremont has the ball. They go behind. Now it goes out to the fullback, Nick Gott. Pops the ball back. One of the replacements, Eric Anderson with the ball. Lays it back there. And that's offside, a little early there. He may be in a little bit of strife here because he did go pretty high. Yeah, he went through there very high, caught the head of the halfback there, Mejias. And so Larry Dombrowski, the halfback for the University of Dallas, is going to have to spend the next 10 minutes in the sin bin.
That's unfortunate. Dallas needs all the players on the field they can get right now.
Yeah, it was a timing issue. Dombrowski just tried to get through and put some pressure on Mejias, but He just got there a little early and a little high, and consequently he's going to spend the next 10 minutes in the sin bin. So Claremont, their line out comes to the point of throw, where Omar Rodriguez will restart play. They'll put up Clayton Toe, and he takes the ball. They got the ball rolling. The ball is at the back in the hands of
Well structured.
Rodriguez. Now they splinter. Rodriguez pops away out to the outside. Going to have to keep it inside. Doesn't want to go to touch. Does so. Claremont forwards just keep on rolling it. There we go. Just a little high there on that. Yeah, offside at the ruck there on the number 5, I think it was, from Claremont, Paul Slats. And that'll find touch. They take play forward. Got about 10 minutes gone in this second half.
And it looks like Dallas is trying to apply a little pressure, trying to work their way in. Their lineouts have all been an adventure.
O'Brien with the throw. Gets up, gets the ball for Claremont. They've owned the front of the line out here this afternoon, Claremont. Just haven't got the timing right at Dallas getting the man up. And they take it forward through number 7, Clayton Toe. They stick with the open side. Good defense there. Slats tackled, brought down.
Nice support.
Now it's stripped back.
Nice touch, nice touch.
And that kick will run into touch. I think Brendan McDonald would have liked that ball just to stay in the tram tracks and roll down towards the try line, and went straight into touch on the bounce, take play forward, but it is a turnover. The University of Dallas will have the throw into the line out. It was a good idea, not quite what I think the fly half was looking for. See if Claremont can contest at the front of the line out again.
Yep.
This time they get it right. Number 6.
I don't think
Tom
Dallas.
Hand. That's a good tackle there off the edge. And that's a turnover ball there to Claremont. That's Reyes able to take advantage of that situation. Now it comes out McDonald. Oh, just dropped there cold, number 21. Double knock-ons. Andrew Frick with the first knock-on in the center slot. So we got 2 knock-ons there.
Just reported in.
And we got a replacement here. Henry Wee is coming onto the field. And the very productive Omar Rodriguez is going to have a little rest here. He's had a good afternoon in that hooker role for the Claremont Colleges. Henry Wee is a senior, been part of the program here for a little while. And, he goes into the hooker spot.
Yeah, I think Claremont's got a big enough lead that they're maybe trying to pull some of their key players out to get them rested for tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be a big game.
Now, it is shaping up to be an all-Californian affair tomorrow for the championship game and the right to move on to the Final Four at Infinity Park in Glendale, Colorado. And that's going to bring it across to the sideline. McDonald with the cover defense, forces the winger number 14, John Jones, into touch right on the halfway line.
Line out for us, Henry.
Everybody's good, so no harm, no foul. Claremont with the throw.
We got a new thrower for Claremont. Let's see how Henry does.
Good first throw. Gets them all set. Brian Rousey in there, and able to get it back. one of the replacements there, taking it up pretty hard. Brian Wall. Dallas working hard on defense for each other. Knock back, no, knocked on. Thought that may have gone back, but referee John Ness right on the spot. And the ball travelled forward towards the opposition try line, so we'll have a scrum down. Dallas ball. I got to concede, the Dallas lads aren't giving up in any way, shape, or form. They've defended admirably here while they've had their halfback in the sin bin, Woody.
They've done a great job of that, and they haven't used a lot of replacements, so these are the legs that started the game. So these kids are working hard.
Big wheel there from Claremont. They were able to get it unstable. We'll have a re-scrum here because the scrum did travel, went through the 90-degree mark. So the University of Dallas, the Groundhogs, they will still retain feed to the scrum. And that wind just keeps on bringing it on. Now the umbrella above us is attacking me. I think we'll get through it. It's a beautiful day out here in Claremont, California. Good strike there. A bit of pressure there from Claremont. And that ball's going to die right at the feet of the fly half, and that's going to be a knock on. So good pressure there from Clayton Toe, but the pass just was never going to get to the fly half. We're going to have a scrum down, Claremont feed.
Right, and Dallas is having the issue now too that they have some of the scheduled replacements in for Claremont. Those guys got fresh legs and they're wanting to prove themselves so they get more playing time. So it's almost a step up in effort from the original guys that started.
Mahias with the feed to the scrum. Good drive there from Claremont. Got the shunt on. A little stab through right down the middle from Brendan McDonald. That's a good bounce. It's going to create problems here on the defense. Dallas scrambling back, trying to control possession, and they do. Little pop pass. Defense was good. It was honest. Could be turnover ball here to Claremont, though. No. Going to see a penalty go to Claremont. Check that. No penalty to Claremont. It's the knock-on signal from our referee, John Ness. So we're going to have a scrum down. Dallas feed. Now stay connected with NSCRO for all the latest NSCRO news. Be sure to visit NSCRO, NSCRO.org. You can check about it on Facebook at www.facebook.com, NSCRO Rugby. And of course on Twitter at NSCRO Rugby. Check it out, folks. Great organization.
All righty, they're coming blind. Nice tackle.
He was so high when he was running with that ball. It was always going to be a pretty big tackle, but referee wasn't happy with that, so we got a penalty against Tekler there, but looks like he's a little shaken up in that tackle. They're going to have to do an assessment on the winger there. Looks like Titus Willard from the University of Dallas.
Hey, the white coach has a sub ready for this guy if he comes out. He's ready. He's off. Yeah, sub on. 22 for the...
Looks like we're going to have a substitution for the injured player. In any event, that was Adam Jace, number 22, will be coming onto the wing.
Just got one more play till the sit bin's over, too. You hear me, John?
And
John, the
sin bin is just about up here for the Dallas halfback. And yes,
white 9, let's go.
John Ness has signaled to the halfback, come join us on the pitch.
Go to the ref.
And there he goes. Larry Dombrowski back onto the field. As I said, a good defensive set for the Dallas team.
They've done remarkable the second half.
Loose throw, that's going to find its way down to Dave Arnold. Except it's turned over and Claremont take it up.
Claremont is just Johnny on the spot when you turn that ball over.
And that ball was behind. McDonald will clean up himself. And that's out to the player Spencer Swensrud, who's gone into the centers. Good defense again now from Dallas. They're forcing Claremont backwards. Pick and drive there. That'll keep things honest. And that's going to be a penalty. Well done, isolated. Dallas hit over that ball quickly. Earned the penalty. One of the replacement forwards there for Dallas earned that penalty.
Heads up.
Alex Morales. That ball doesn't find touch. It's going to have to go. Went in touch there, Eric Anderson on the wing. Probably should have made the cut infield rather than going back towards the sideline there. You don't want to turn over possession after a missed kick like that. So
best player in the field is sidelines. They never miss a tackle and they get the ball back.
That's for sure. Certainly tackled a lot better than me. Now it comes out for Dallas. They spin it along the back line. Defense is honest. It is good. Swensrud up. They've held him pretty much in the tackle here. They get the ball down? Yes, they do. O'Brien, loose carry. Ball is behind him. That looks like a knock-on right before the try line. We may have our first knock-on from Claremont. Yes, we will. We're going to bring it back for a scrum down to the University of Dallas Groundhogs. It's getting a little scrappy out here. It's not a completely done deal, but it does look like the Claremont colleges will go through to the final. Both sides just not looking after the ball as best they should.
Yeah, they seem to have lost their attention span on this, and the ball is getting slapped around, and it's not real good rugby right now.
That's understandable, a little bit of desperation from the Dallas group. They need to put points on the board. There we got illegal scrummaging, loose head prop. Clayton Koss coming at the angle in the scrum. That'll be a penalty. John O'Brien kicks for touch. And that will find touch. Right, coming up to the 40-meter mark inside the University of Dallas territory.
Giving him a little room to work. You know, maybe they can turn the trick and get into Claremont's territory and put a little pressure on them. They seem to always go to the number 2 jumper here.
Yeah, they move him from the middle. And once again, Claremont take that ball away at the front through Nick Urban. He's been watching the front of that line out like a hawk all day. Now Claremont, pick and drive. This would be a bad tactic for him, actually. Good ball out, Swensrud pops it up. Nice ball, support Clayton Toe. He's been very busy all day. Check that, Brian Rousey was the man on support. This is Clayton Toe out wider. Runs through, ball comes back. McDonald slides in the halfback.
Come forward. Go.
Just distributing there is McDonald, finding his second pot of forwards. Now they're going to go a little wider. Swensrud beats the tackler. He's got pace, and he's got a step, and he's going to take it all the way to the try line. Put it down under the posts. That'll be try time to Spencer Swensrud. What's that, 2 or 3 today for Swensrud?
I think that's 3 for him.
I think he's got the hat trick, and that will extend the Claremont lead. That takes him out to the 38-5 lead, kick to come, and that should just about finish the day.
Right, that almost looked unfair the way how quick he was going through those defenders. Dallas their legs must be shot, and they just can't move.
And Claremont's made wholesale changes here. They put on pretty much the rest of the bench here to close out this game. Number 20, Jonah Cartwright, pure freshman, has come in at the halfback spot. He's replaced Rodrigo Mejias. He's had a strong game in the halfback role.
Looks like Dallas is doing the same thing. Starting to get their guys in.
23, John Simpson, coming on for the University of Dallas. Claremont off the kickoff, take it forward. Drive it through their forwards.
Ooh, took his eye off of it.
It's gone back. Claremont maintained possession. Cartwright's running the show from halfback now. Valuable experience for him playing in playoff rugby now. Freshman. All ball there.
Nice little dummy by the fly half.
Yeah, no, McDonald saw the gap. Show and go. Quick 20 metres up the paddock. That's Cartwright. Finds the hard-running Connor Lehner. The forwards there, number 5. Paul Slatz had a strong game this afternoon for Claremont. In good places. Now the forwards are just driving through.
Yep, they're physically
now
dominating.
It comes out. Big pass out, gets to the fullback. He goes around the outside. Tackle on the corner. Just shy of the try line. Looks like we had a knock on there in the corner. Just was unsighted there. The crowd pretty excited here on the sideline of the Parents Field at Claremont Colleges. So we're counting down. We're into the last 10 minutes of this game. We've had wholesale changes now for the University of Dallas. They've brought on most of their reserves players.
Looks like we have a scrum feed to Dallas.
Yeah, a little knock on as he was trying to get in for the try there by Nick Gott. So we will have the scrum here. Still deep in Dallas territory. They'll want to have a solid scrum here and be able to clear the ball, give them a little bit of breathing space.
I don't know if they can afford to do that. I think they need to try to run it and make something happen. It's not the percentage play, but it's what they got to do.
Well, this sets up an interesting game tomorrow for 3 and 4, third and fourth place between the University of Dallas and our semifinal
Angelo State.
Angelo State. Yeah, they went down. They've already played each other twice this year.
Yeah.
So Angelo State's got the advantage 2-0 there. So it'd be a great opportunity for the University of Dallas to get end of season bragging rights in that game. And that ball just pops up. Went back to number 21, Andrew Frick. And he scores the try.
And the ball is bouncing Claremont's way now. Everything's going right for him.
Andrew Frick off of the turnover ball was able to carry that in. And that'll extend the lead.
Here's my last one.
And then a final sub. White 6. White 6. White's left.
One more.
40. So the score now extends out 43 points to 5 Claremont Colleges. They will meet Cal Maritime in the regional final, the Region 4 PacWest final tomorrow. That game will kick off at 12 noon here Pacific time from the Claremont Colleges.
It's going to be a cracker.
Conversion is good. That extends the lead out to 45 points to 5. And that was kicked by Eric Anderson. So as we count this down,
Tomorrow.
And we'll talk tomorrow in just a second, Woody, but you got to really give you know, the dream of this team from the University of Dallas ends today. They've worked so hard to get here. But you got to give an enormous amount of credit to the first-year coaching staff of Philip Kuipers, Dean Robinson, Bruce McGregor, to take a one-win team from last year, to bring him to Claremont, to compete against a very good Claremont side, runners up in last year's championship. All hats off to them, and they're going to be back again very, very soon.
A tremendous job by those guys to bring a new program this far and to play at this level is a tremendous accomplishment. And if they keep the momentum going, next year they're going to be going off to nationals.
On the starting 15 today for the University of Dallas, only 3 players were seniors. So they're bringing back the bulk of their squad that is going to gain immensely from the experience of playing rugby at this level. Dallas take the ball in. Nice little show and go there from the fly off, wheezing out.
And their attitude is great. They have no quit in them. All the new guys who just got to come in with the clean jerseys are working hard, driving it forward.
Pick and drive there. Look like Alex Morales takes it up.
Turn it over.
Now turnover there, just got a little separated from his other players. Claremont was able to capitalize on that. McDonald, he'll just send the ball downfield. No point in playing the game. Great kick chase. What a chase there from the winger on the Claremont side. Unfortunately, didn't have any support too close to him, so the Dallas defense was able to take advantage of that. Penalty away. Once again, Clayton Toe from the loose forward position. He has been everywhere this afternoon.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. Back to your point about getting away from your fellow teammates, getting away from your support. That's a subtlety that the new guys haven't learned yet, and Claremont knows that. You don't run away from your support. You got to stay close, and sometimes you don't. Go for the open spot. You stay where you have support to retain possession of the ball.
Yeah, possession so much more important than yardage. And for a lot of young players, it's hard for them to fathom that. Number 18, Lucas Sertic, got up high there, didn't get the possession, but we are going to see a forward pass, so we're going to come back here to a scrum to Claremont. No, you make a valid point that, the natural inclination for so many young rugby players, collegiate rugby players that have played football and other sports a lot of their life, that extra yard is everything they want. But when you're in a strong position, the yard doesn't matter. You want to make sure you've got ball possession and you can keep building pressure.
Right, continuity, playing keep away with that thing is much more important than 6 inches unless you're on the goal line.
Yeah, 6 inches on the goal line could be everything. Scrum to Claremont. Cartwright feeds. Pressured there, but I think they were up in the pocket there. A little offside there. Yeah, a little early off the University of Dallas loose forwards. Penalty goes Claremont's way. So that's going to set up a big match. Cal Maritime, Claremont College's last 3 or 4 years, they've really battled it out for this Region 4 championship and the right to move on to the Final Four in Glendale, Colorado.
That's right. The winner of the Cal Maritime Claremont game the last 3 years has determined who goes to the semifinals.
That's right.
So I'm sure they know each other well, and they're both looking forward to tomorrow.
Now it should be a very, very good matchup. And I think our 3 and 4 game between the two Texas teams should be very interesting as well. Bragging rights certainly on the line for that one.
Right. How much time do you think we have left?
About 6 minutes, maybe, probably a little less. Not straight, the throw. Toe got up for it, but pretty much caught it on the outside of his body, so that's not straight. So University of Dallas have opted for another line out. John O'Brien struggled with his throwing today a little bit, but he's been very busy around the field. Seems to be a very good loose forward. Gets that right at the front of the line out. And here goes that man O'Brien. A little too laterally there. Defense was able to get up pretty quickly. Henry Wee, the tackler, and now they've turned it over.
Again, not enough
Claremont
support.
could go again. Not a great pass there. Had to reach for it, but does well. Number 21, Andrew Frick. Got a little bit of a line there, but he's got a foot in a touch. Didn't have a lot of room to work in there, the winger, Eric Anderson, but did his best, tried to stay in the field of play.
That's one of the things these new players have to learn is to know where that line is at, and you have to cut back in and not let them drive you out of bounds.
Yeah, Claremont Colleges has brought in 4 freshmen here as replacement players. See out this game. Dallas, bring it down. Good tackle there. That was number 6, Brian Rousey, off the back of the line out. Got up quickly on the fly half.
Okay. Good support there.
Now they're trying to drive through Dallas. Gonna have to watch the turnovers though. Ball security is important. Good run there, hard run there. Looked like the replacement, Jack Teller. Dallas.
Yeah, Claremont is just getting body position on all these breakdowns and driving them back.
Yeah, no, they're able to maintain possession there. Comes out to O'Brien once again, lurking out a little wider from his buddies in the forward pack. And this is the halfback, Dombrowski. Needs to find a big forward to give the ball to. You don't want to get stuck in there. Going straight down to the ground, Claremont in the tackle. Penalty goes to Dallas. They're trying to keep things going with the tap, and it goes to O'Brien. Side steps in, keeps it going. Slides it one wider. This is the replacement winger, Adam Jace.
Holding him up.
And he's going to get another penalty for his work. Doing well. Up tempo. There's a good run there. Just pops through the hole. Claremont needs to communicate and get their defensive structures a little better organized. Looks like we may be playing advantage. Yes, we are. So the up-tempo play of Dallas is creating opportunities. Another big run there. And that's going to be a yellow card.
And Dallas is fighting here. They're
Check that. Oh, yes, it is. They're giving it a go at the try line. Got up a little high in the tackle there. That's the number 15, Nick Gott on defense, but we got the try there. All of that hard effort's gone in for the try. Well done to the University of Dallas for all of that endeavor. Number 15, their fullback, Jerry Sullivan, gets the try. That'll give them heart for tomorrow.
and also for next year. It's building on that structure and that teamwork for next year. When they come back, they'll be that much better.
That's absolutely what it's all about right now. 45-10 is the score. We wind down the second semi-final. Kick to come from Dombrowski. So Woody, as we wait for this kick to go over from Dombrowski, who are your man of the match today? Claremont Colleges.
I'd probably say Clayton. He's been all over the field today, and the other boys have played good structured, but he always seems to turn up where he needed to turn up.
I got to agree with you, mate. Clayton Toe has just done a little bit of everything today for this Claremont side. Very effective in the line-outs. He's taken a position out wide, running with the ball. His defense has been good, and he's been active in the rucks and mauls. I would be inclined to agree. Clayton Toe.
Also, Spencer, I thought, did a great job with his hat trick today.
Yeah, Spencer Swensrud Started out on the wing, had to move into the center with the injuries to the Claremont centers. 3 tries on the day for Spencer Swensford. Good day there. And I also thought Brendan McDonald, though, did a really good job of guiding the team around the paddock. For the University of Dallas, they had some good performances there. Just a little too inconsistent. You could tell that experience gap. But I think this side is going to be much better for the experience of being here. They're going to come back next year a little fitter, a little more knowledgeable, and you can't ask for more than that. And they got an opportunity to play for some real bragging rights in Texas tomorrow.
That's right. And also, I think they'll appreciate the subtleties of when the coaches tell them their body angles and things when they get into breakouts. You know, they've learned from Claremont here that if they get too high, that they're just taking them off the ball.
Oh, McDonald, hello. How are you this afternoon? Big tackle there.
Hopefully he learns to not run high like that anymore.
No, that's the one thing you don't want to do against a big bloke. A burly fly half like Brendan McDonald. Untidy there, going straight off the feet. Claremont will have another penalty here. Got a clean break right up the middle.
All right.
Another penalty off the edge of the ruck. They're going to tap and go. This is the formula that's worked for them for the last 15 minutes. So, yeah, they're making inroads into the opposition here.
If I was Claremont coaching, I'd be a little concerned with giving up all these penalties.
And another one. And they've already got a player in the sin bin right now.
Right.
And that may be number 2.
Yep. That's the fly half.
McDonald's gone to the sin bin. Now they're playing with 2 men down right now at the end of this game. And they will get another try. Well done for the young Dallas team. I'm not quite sure who got that one.
No, I didn't see that either, but
a melee of forwards in there.
These guys are learning that they can play in this level of competition. They just need to be more consistent at it.
That's right. That's right. A little more structure, a little more purpose, but that'll come with time. It's a new coaching staff. It's only their first season. I think it's a bright future for this University of Dallas group.
Plus, I like their uniforms the best.
And the conversion is good. A good finish to the game for the young Groundhogs of the University of Dallas, but the experienced Claremont colleges, they prevail in this second semifinal of the NSCRO Region 4 PacWest Championship weekend. The University of Dallas's dream is over. They've done so well to get here. They will take a lot away from this, but they go down 45 points to 19 to the Claremont colleges. That sets up our 3rd and 4th place game tomorrow at 10 a.m. between Angelo State University and the University of Dallas, an all-Texas match. And then the final, the big one. They've played together in the final the last 3 years now. Cal Maritime versus the Claremont colleges. Join us at 12 noon tomorrow. It should be an absolutely cracking day. Woody, we've seen a good day of rugby. What's your final comment?
It's been a good day of rugby. If I was Claremont, I'd be a little bit concerned. They've lost some key players. Their discipline let them down, and they gave some points up at the end. If they play like this again tomorrow against Cal Maritime, I think they're going to have their hands full. Cal Maritime always shows up to play. They're going to be a good, consistent side.
Now it should be a cracking final tomorrow. So our final here, Claremont 45, the University of Dallas 19. Today's game has been produced by TVX Video, www.tvxvideo.com. I'm Ray Veers, for Woody Fox and all the folks here at the Claremont colleges, for the folks at NSCRO Rugby, and myself. It's been a pleasure joining you for your afternoon. I hope you enjoyed our rugby. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow afternoon, 12 p.m. Pacific, for the final, Claremont versus Cal Maritime. See you then.
come away with it, and it's Conrad. And a flag flies. Should be man-up opportunity coming up here for Virginia. And they're deadly there. Crouch score! We've got a one-goal game. It's 11-10 with 2:13 to go here in the third.
Yeah, you wonder about the energy level of Cornell, and you wonder if Coach Kerwick wants to take a timeout, kind of let them get a breather, because when you have to play this tempo for 60 minutes, guys are going to start to get tired. You're going to start putting guys in that might not have kind of logged the minutes that you would want them to log before going into a game like this.